Hello viewers, welcome back to Ohio Airgun Shooter. Thank you all for stopping by. I'm your host, Christopher, and what we're going to jump into today is I'll be using my Big Bang AK-74 4.5mm CO2 powered non-blowback air rifle, which for something that is made in China is very nicely made. It has real wood, it has real steel, and it is so far has been a lot of fun to shoot. Here briefly are the specifications. Uh, utilizes a single 12-gram CO2 cartridge, 4.5mm or .177 caliber. The magazine holds up to 18 BBs, smoothbore barrel, manual safety, claim velocity of up to, or well, yeah, greater than or equal to 400 feet per second. Definitely went over using the Umarex steel BBs. I was in the high 570s, and then with the heavier Smart Shot Excite Smart Shot lead BBs, 7.4 grain. I was even in the 500s with those, the low 500s. Here's your length, 1030 millimeters, and it has a shooting range of up to between 50 and 70 meters. So far, I've only shot it inside here at a distance of right around 6.5 yards. But today, I want to see if I can convert it into an Airsoft air rifle. It is non-blowback, as I mentioned before. So far, I've only fired shot the steel and lead BBs. It does recommend steel BBs, but I want to try, since it's non-blowback, I want to try these ASG Blaster BBs. They're plastic. They're 0.13 grams, so I think they're right around 2 grains. So I'm gonna try these. They do pretty good in a lot of things. I prefer not to shoot them in many of my blowback because sometimes the BBs kind of get wedged in the magazines, or with the bolt or slide going back and forth. Sometimes they'll get pinched and then they'll break apart. But with this having no moving parts, being non-blowback, I'm hoping it will shoot these pretty good, and I'm expecting really high velocities. However, I don't know how accurate they will be. Maybe halfway decent at the short distance, but probably anything over that, over 10 yards, they're probably going to fly everywhere. But let's just kind of see if we can convert this steel BB gun into a plastic BB airsoft gun. So stay tuned and we'll find out. Now here's the magazine. You got to push this little button to bring it out of the steel housing here. It holds your CO2 cartridge. I'm using Daisy brand, and I have 16 of the ASG Blaster BBs. Again, plastic, and 0.13 grams, or right around 2 grains. So we'll give these a try. Again, it recommends steel BBs. I shot the Excite Smart Shot lead BBs, no problems. We'll just see how well these plastic BBs will do. I don't know if they'll just blow apart, coming through the barrel. It is smooth bore, so hopefully they'll shoot just fine. So let's run, we'll run this 16 over the chronograph, as long as they all shoot. And then we'll just do some accuracy, maybe try to hit some cans. Now, the Big Bang AK-74 is semi-only, no full auto, but it's still a lot of fun, and you get a lot of shots off of one CO2 cartridge. So let's see what the velocities are. If my chronograph will pick up these teeny tiny light BBs. All right. .626.7. .662.1. 640.3. 590.9. Back up to 640.3. That one did not read. 660.4. 657.6, 638.7, 629.2, 653.8, 627.5. So these are definitely boosting the velocity. 585.9, 564.7, 566.5. Back up to 601. Should be about it. Yep, that was it. So, quite a few over 600. Dropped into the 500s, but every one of them shot. No problems. Got no fragments anywhere. Didn't hear them breaking apart. Sometimes I can hear them kind of fragmenting as they hit down there, but you know what? Every one of them shot good. I did have the one that did not read, but overall, 15 out of 16 read. So let's reload and see if we can hit some cans and see if we'll get some penetration. Now the reload the magazine, of course you got to bring the follower down, lock it into place. It has a very stiff follower spring, and there's not a lot of room to get your fingernail up in there, but it does lock into place, and then you have to load through the hole here, as you can see. Again, holds 18 BBs. I'll go ahead and load the full 18. A lot of times I'll leave one or two out, just kind of. Sometimes I've noticed that if you load a full magazine, especially if you load maybe one or two over, if you can, it'll bind up the spring and the follower and they won't feed. So, but we'll load the full 18 up. And then just be careful when you release this that it doesn't fly up on you, because depending on the distance it travels, it could fragment these inside your magazine. And then, you know, this thing here, they'd be a pain to try to get out. But let me load this up to the 18, and then we'll see if we can hit some aluminum cans and see if these will pass through them. All right, got some aluminum beer cans set up down there. One in the middle is taped and back up against the box, so I'm just going to try to punch some holes in that one, and then the other two are just kind of free, so I'll probably knock those over. But I have more of the ASG BBs loaded up. Now it does mention in the manual that you will get an occasional blank shot or blank fire, you know, once you change out magazines. So we'll see if that happens. But this thing's a lot of fun. The furnace is getting ready to kick on. Indoor temperature is 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius. So that's the temperature we had for the velocities. So let me see if I can hit those cans. I'm just going to be sitting here. We'll start with the one in the middle. This thing's been pretty accurate. I think we're out. I believe it was shooting a little bit high and to the left. Once I adjusted, I started hitting them. Let's go check them out. I think I was missing there, but so we got penetration, nothing ricocheted. They went through, and the cans that I had loose, I hit that one up here, knocked it over. Blew some holes in this one and knocked it over as well. So the smaller 4.5 millimeter plastic BBs will penetrate the aluminum cans without fragmenting. I don't see any fragments anywhere. A lot of times I'll see pieces laying here in my tray and my box, but oh, there's a little one right here. Maybe just a tiny one, but hey, very nice. So, anybody know the Russian word for cat? I think it's kushka, kat. think Koshka's kidding. But anyways, little kitty's going to join me. You're going to have to move unless you want some of these whizzing over your head there. Got my Kalashnikov coffee mug. Actually, now it's my wife. I just borrowed it for this. But, yeah. Just loaded up some more. Another 18. Just got one can this time. I'll move the camera down in closer because I just want to try to punch as many holes as I can through that can. And now that I kind of know where to aim, it's very, very accurate. I haven't really adjusted the sights at all. So I believe it shoots a little bit high and to the left. So I'll just have to make that adjustment. Especially with these lighter BBs, they're probably really smoking up and to the left. And, but you know what? I hit the can quite a bit with these. So they're really not that bad at a short distance. So let's give it another try. All right, Big Bang AK-74 ASG plastic blaster BBs, 0.13 grams or around 2 grains, aluminum beer can. We are out, we are on safe, and we have a nicely, well profound hole. Pretty accurate. I was aiming, I'll show you, right about here. So definitely shooting a little bit up and to the left with these ASG blaster BBs that are extremely light. So well done. Hey, if you can accept that this isn't a blowback air gun, I mean, definitely consider it and look into it, because I tell you what, I can definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun to shoot as is. I mean, one of the upsides to not being blowback is that you'll get a lot of shots off that single 12-gram CO2 cartridge. Shot these flawlessly today. I only had the one that did not read. Very fast, over 600 FPS with these. Accuracy was pretty good at 6.5. It's probably closer to 6 yards with how I have this kind of extended from where I sit. Because where I sit, it's right around 6.48. But yeah, these did pretty good. I just had to adjust my aim a bit. I just had to, little kitty's back. She likes the Big Bang AK-74, don't you, honey? So, yeah, I shot these well. I mean, even though I recommend the steel BBs, I have shot the, again, the Excite Smart Shot lead BBs. Both of them performed really well, very good accuracy-wise, and these aren't bad at all. I mean, on the can, it was very centered, as you can see here. I got to the point where I thought it was missing, but I think the BBs were going right through the hole into the cardboard. And then I ran out. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty accurate, I would say, for these BBs. None of them broke apart in the gun, in the magazine. There was a couple that fragmented down there, kind of just like split in half. But you know what? They performed well in this Big Bang AK-74 4.5 millimeter CO2 powered air rifle. So you can turn it into a 4.5 millimeter airsoft gun if you would like. So hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Now, even though the Big Bang AK-74 isn't blowback, it does have a moving bolt handle. So just adds a little bit to the realistic look and feel, but it's very fun. I went and did a magnet with everything. All this is steel. This is plastic. Trigger guard was steel. Trigger, I believe, is aluminum or plastic. The flash suppressor and front sight is aluminum. The gas tube, barrel, cleaning rod is all steel. So very nicely made of wood. A very nice mixture of wood, steel, and plastic.